Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Eve, this is Everyday Artist, and welcome. And thank you to all of my new subscribers. I only have a couple of subscribers left before I hit, well, three, before I hit 300. And I already got what I want to use for giveaways, which I will show you this week, but I won't be giving away this week. This is Rogue. She had a grooming appointment this week. I have mentioned on this channel before that my dog does not like water. She will avoid getting wet at all costs, like she's made out of sugar. Are you made out of sugar? You are? The groomer said no, she didn't care. Sometimes I think they lie to you because, you know, it's your baby. They also said she never barked at any of the other dogs. Now, I witnessed some of that, but y'all have been here watching my dog, right? She'll bark at the UPS man. She'll bark at a bird, and she usually will bark at other dogs. So, but she seemed to have enjoyed her visit. Yeah. So, it's been kind of a rough week. The gentleman I've been caring for has been in the hospital, and I've been to see him a few times, but it's coming on a year since my dad passed, and he's dealing with some of the same issues, so it's really hard for me to see him. But, you know, I don't want him to be alone if his family can't be there, you know, because, you know, because I'm not working. I can go often, I guess. But the last time I was pretty upset when I left. So, and it doesn't help that this past week my dad's only sister that was still alive passed away. So, I'm not saying that I didn't love my dad's family, because I did, but we were not nearly as close as my mother's family, except for one of my cousins. And so I hope I continue to know what's going on with their family, but I probably won't. It's on me too, you know. I haven't kept in touch. You can't blame a whole group of people when you haven't reached out either, so that's on me too. But she was 85, and she lived in Tennessee, so I will not be able to go to her funeral, but they're hoping to have it where you can watch it, you know, online, and I will make a way to do that. So it's been a rough week. And it's also been a good week. Weird. Yeah. I have been swimming every week because it has been so hot. And I will talk more about that later. One of the things when I took the dog to the groomer, she was asking what time I wanted to go, and I said, I need to go early in the morning. I don't want my dog's paws on pavement that is too hot. You know, a dog's paws could easily be blistered walking across hot sand, hot pavement, hot rocks. So I try to be very cognizant of the temperature that she's got her feet on. And if I can't walk across the deck, you know, by the pool in my bare feet, neither can she. So I get a hose and wet it down, and she stands at the farthest end because she doesn't want to be anywhere near the water. But and then while I swim, I put more water up on the deck to have it where, you know, it's not so hot for her. And then after a while, I'm like, okay, you need to go inside. Now, mind you, I am swimming at 7, 8 o'clock at night. So the pavement is still very, very hot. But the sun has gone behind the trees or something. So not dark. It's not dark. But I have swum at 10 o'clock at night before, which is really nice. Yeah. There's a light in our backyard, so I don't mind. Enough about that. Okay, so what have I been doing this week? Because this is a channel about stitching. Well, sometimes I show my painting and my quilting. I haven't done quilting in a while. More on that. So I have 2 finishes. Last week I had one. This week I have one. I have 2. It's done! And I've been thinking how I want to finish it. I dyed the fabric myself. And yes, I need to iron it, I know. But I dyed the fabric myself. And now I'm like, I need to see if I can find cloth that goes with that very weird green color. And I thought briefly that maybe it would make a cute little drum, you know. But I'm thinking more of a, I don't know, wall hanging or something. Now this pattern of mine is on our Etsy site, and I may upload a few tweaks that I've made to the design. They're not anything design-wise, not design important, but when I designed it with putting back stitching around to make it look rounder. And as I was working on it, I was like, I don't think it really needs that. So, you know, things like that. But it is available on the Etsy site, Three Sisters Creative, and the link is below in our link tree. So I was really excited to finish that because it's been a while. And then the Chesapeake Bay Treasures number 5, Seahorses. I finished it. Isn't he cute? Again, I know I need to iron. When I was at Ardith Designs, because at first I thought, you know, I'll get some of these designs to give away for my 300. But I couldn't find them on any of where I normally get things. I couldn't get them at the Attic or 123 Stitch or Fat Quarter Shop. I bought mine at Fat Quarter Shop. So I did go to the Ardith Design website, and they are there. But and I could order hard copies, but I think, you know, they also have them available for PDF, you know, to download PDFs, and I suspect that's why they're not on any of the sites where I look for them. You know, they had their hard copies out when they came out, and then, you know, now, you know, for the shops and stuff, and now the PDFs are available, so, you know, shops aren't as wanting to order it as much, and I understand. I get it. I get why they want to have PDFs, and I get because a lot of people prefer PDFs. I like PDFs. What's wrong, baby? What's wrong? She was shaking. So I didn't know if she was panting or what was going on. Anyway, I decided to look at the attic for other items. But after I finished this, I was like, it's so cute. And I thought, well, I could download PDFs for myself if I decide to. But then I was looking at it going, I really like the way this malachite fabric looks. Here's some more of it. It looks very oceany, right? Well, I also have on this one, and this pattern is Underwater World. This is Underwater World, and the name of the designer escapes me. I'm sorry. So there's a few designers that I buy from, and it's one of those three. But this is like a quarter of the design, so I know it's gonna go like out here and, you know, maybe down to here. So I may have enough room for maybe one more, but I'll decide that after I cut the fabric apart, because I have to do that if I'm going to use it again, just to be sure. But I like the way it looks for the water. I think it looks great. And as you will find, I really like things that are related to the ocean or water. I don't know. And not any particular thing in the water. And mind you, I don't eat seafood. I won't eat fish. When I was living in Florida, if I said, no, I don't like I don't like fish. And they'd go to me, you don't like fish? No, never have. I don't care for fish. Have you tried dolphin? Now, they're not speaking about a porpoise, kind of dolphin. They're speaking about a game dolphin that's black. But why? And I always told them, no, I haven't. Why would I try a very expensive fish? And dolphins are really fish. They're in the ocean. Otherwise, no, they're not the same. Anyway, I digress. Those are my two finishes, which I'm very excited about. And my second WIPGO call for, what month are we in? July. Was Halloween Gnomes by Ursula for Imaginating. And I finished this dude. And I am working on this guy. And this is where I am now. So, since I picked it up, I finished the orange part of the lantern. There's yellow that goes in here. And I was like, I know I've just used that yellow. To try to figure out where it was without looking it up. Oh, I know where it is. And the bookmark that I finished last week, so I have to go get it. But, so, yeah, then I started on one of his hands, and I'm close to being done with the foot here, and then I have another. And then I have to go to the beard. I don't like these beards. They're really hard to do, but they come out looking great. They look really good. They're just not any fun to work on. The colors are so close to each other. Sorry. I didn't turn off the sound on my phone. I'm so sorry. So the colors are so close to each other that and it's like a stitch here, and a stitch there, and all that. So you really have to pay attention. And y'all know how well I count. It's sad, really. So, more on that later. So, that leaves, well, actually, since I finished those others, I decided, and you will see why in a little while, I decided to pick up Burberry, try to work some more on that. And unfortunately, you can't really tell what I've done because this white stitching just goes on forever and ever. And I'm almost back to over here. Now, I haven't finished the birds. There's more to the birds, but the white stitching, and then he has the little bottom here of his stitching. I really, really, really like this one. I don't know that I'll ever do it, because if I do it, even on 32 count, it'd be huge. So, I don't know. Anyway, I digress. So, I haven't gotten anywhere near that far on the white stitching on this side. Now, there isn't as much because the scarf goes up here, but there's still quite a bit. I decided to go ahead and finish that filigree white that I had enough thread for. And then I'm going to do all the other colors, and then I'm going to go back to the white. I don't know if I'll finish this before the end of the month, but I might. Probably not. But there's a reason why I want to finish this. So, and tomorrow we find out what August's WIPGO numbers are. So that might depend. That might decide how much I get to spend on other things too. Well, and because anyway. Okay, so Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts 2023 temperature cell. I really, really like this. Now, when I read the temperature for Friday, I thought I was late enough in the day for it to be the high, but it actually changed afterward. So all of the temperatures would have been this color, but you know, it said it was lower, so that's what I did, and it's wrong. So that dark red color is 115 plus, and I had decided if it gets up to 120, I'll use a different color. Now, in parts of Phoenix, it has gotten that hot, just not where I live. The temperatures that I use come from the Sky Harbor Airport. Sky Harbor Airport is a Phoenix airport, but it is closer to Tempe than it is to Phoenix, because when the airport was built, it was on the outskirts of Phoenix, and it kind of still is, but so the airport, you know, it's huge. The airport's here. There's a freeway, and then Tempe's over here. The airport is actually used as a thoroughfare to get from one side of town to the other, because it's one of the easiest ways to go through. They've had a little bit of construction, but still, it kind of is, because the road that goes past, you know, you get off the freeway and you go toward the airport, that road goes over into Phoenix, and there's no lights. So at certain times of day, it is the fastest way to get from one side of town to the other, even with airport traffic. Not at Christmas and stuff like that. But anyway, so the high temperature that I got was for Thursday, 118. That was the highest one that I had. But other than that, it was all 115 or above. And apparently, I should have waited on Friday, and it would have been 115. Right now, I had 113. I'm just going to leave it like that because, honestly, 2 degrees. 2 degrees difference. Yeah. So, the rest I have is haul, but I think very interesting haul because some of it's what I'm going to give away when I have 300. Call your friends, tell them to subscribe. So I wanted my, I don't know if you can actually see this. I love to stitch. It's Needle Minder. I have a photo. I'll put the photo here. You may be able to see it better. But it's a little devil heart and an angel heart. See the little halo and the little horns? And then the needle goes through here like, you know, like an arrow through a heart. When you earn these through embroidery.com, they're on their Facebook. You can participate in challenges, and you go over to embroidery.com and you click participate, and then you have to show that you've stitched at least 30 minutes a day, you know, before and after pictures, which is not a problem, right? So I participate, and you get this free needle minder. Now, for a long time, she would just send out the needle minders after after she tabulated who had completed the challenge. And then probably due to expense, because, you know, postal rates being what they are, they decided to put it as a layaway on her website, because the whole point in this thing is to get you to visit embroidery.com, right? It's a marketing tool, and people were mad because they couldn't just get it. They had to order something. It was free shipping. If you order something, and she didn't care what you ordered. You could order a thread, and that would automatically go on your order, and you would get free shipping. There was no dollar amount you had to order. But I am not going to go and order something and not have it be something I really want. So I had been to the site a few times, and there was a pattern I really wanted. And I kept looking at it, and I was like, no, I'm never going to be able to stitch that. No, I'll look for something else. Now, we've been mentioning that it's very hot. Look what I found. Tiny Modernist Phoenix, Viscornu. Now, I was going to do something different for August cross-stitch camp. And I'm like, maybe I should just go ahead and do this. I've never done a Viscornu. The challenge for cross-stitch camp for August is do something you've never done. A new thread, like trying silks, or a different type of fabric, or artist you've never done anything. And I've never made a Viscornu. So I'm like, Phoenix, perfect. I live in Phoenix, and it's hot. So I said, perfect, and I got it. And I was all ready to check out, and then I went back and got that pattern. And I know there is no way I am going to, it'll be years. The gnome pattern that I just showed you, I started it in October 2 years ago. So, so I know that when I die, they'll find this partially done. But I couldn't resist. I've loved it since I first saw it. You know how I am about snowmen. Look at that guy. It's a heaven and earth design, so it's full coverage. And it says mini, you know, yeah, mini is 244 by 325. Now, 9 1/4 by 13 does not sound horribly big, but it's full coverage. And it's intricate, right? But gosh, look at that. Isn't it beautiful? So, if I can decide what fabric I want to do it on and get everything together, there's 80 threads. I have maybe half, and they're all DMC. And I think I want to use a Q-snap. I never use, I stitch in hand 99.9% of the time. But I think just so that I can keep track of where I am better, that I might want to use a Q-snap. Now I have plenty of hoops. I have large ones, you know. But the reason a Q-snap appeals to me is because it's square. So my plan is to work on one square at a time, and do one square this way and then one square this way, and then, you know, to just do that. I'm not gonna just try to work on one color until I get that color done in a certain area or anything like that, because I can't count like that. So, and I kind of sort of park threads already on certain things. You know, the cross stitching for fun things can be a lot of different threads in a small area. And sometimes I just move a thread and I don't end it, and I just move it out of my way while I'm working on something else. So I may do that, but thinking of using this as a birthday start. It would be a miracle if I was a quarter of the way done by my next birthday. But as much as I love snowmen, and I do love snowmen, and I'm like, I would love to put this up every winter. You know, put this up on the wall every winter. I would love it. So I think I will. I think I will do it as a birthday start. I have plenty of patterns that I haven't started. But I saw that pattern like maybe a year ago. And every time I go to that website for any purpose, I look at it. So I went back, added this pattern, and then checked out. Done, right? Well, I have some very large pieces of fabric. They're Ada 16 and 18 count. And this says it was done on 25 count. So I have to look at the pattern more carefully, decide if I want to do it on Ada. But I would not do it on 25. I would either do it on 28 or 32. That's just who I am. 25 count, or anytime I've worked on 25 count, I don't know. So then I went to the attic on Saturday. to find maybe some patterns that I really liked that I thought would be, like the seahorse. So I had in my mind that I wanted to do some kind of sea theme for the patterns, because my sister had purchased this a week ago, and I said those would be perfect because she made 6 different ones, so I could pick out 3. The attic only had this one left. He's adorable. So whatever week that I hit 300, this is one of the giveaways. Call your friends. Hopefully it'll be next week. Okay? And then, I know this has been out for a little bit, but this one. I really like this Less Mondays, More Beach. I used to live in Florida, so if you live and work there, there's rarely time to go to the beach. And then when you go, you're annoyed because you're finding sand, for a month afterward. It gets in your swimming suit. It sticks to your skin. They have showers by the beach, so you can shower off the beach sand, and it is still there. Yeah, beach sand. And yet, I love the ocean. Okay, so, and this is the last one of the giveaways. As soon as I hit 300, which hopefully will be very soon, because I'm excited to give these away. This is Summer at the Shore by Cottage Garden Samplings. This is A Time for All Seasons, number 8. And I think it's beautiful. I saw on a Flosstube. Who's Flosstube? I don't know. I think she was from England. But she did this. It was so beautiful. Did I say? I know you could tell it was hands-on design. It's called More Beach. But I'm hoping that it's next week with just 3 people. I thought about just going ahead and doing the giveaway this week, but I haven't actually reached 300, so it's a cheat, right? Of course, I was at the attic and I was looking for those, and I walked by one of those rotating things that they have in there, and this jumped into my hand. Quilting berries. Look at them, aren't they cute? This one says quilt. And it's got, needles and stuff. And this one says Scraps of Happiness. And then this is just different quilted designs. I was like, oh, how cute. But I was thinking that with the snowman berry that I haven't finished, and this snowman that I picked up, and some other things that I'm working on, I have no business starting this anytime soon. So I don't know when I'm going to work on it, but I loved it, so I picked it up. And I've been walking by this fabric. I don't know if you can tell what color it is. It's a light blue. It's called Splash Mint with White Dot. It's a 32 count Lugana. I saw it there maybe, it wasn't when I went a week ago. I almost bought it a week ago, but it wasn't a week ago that I first saw it. It was maybe a month or more, the time we were at the attic before that. and I almost bought it. And then I saw it again last week, and I was like, I can't believe it's still there. And I don't know. I don't know why I like it so much. Part of it's the color. I don't know. Anyway, that is everything. And if you have suggestions for me for the snowman, please, please. I know that they make already gridded out fabric, and I have considered it, but I don't know. Part of me is like, I don't want to buy anything else, because I spent a lot of money at the attic. But I want to make sure that comes out looking good, because I really love it. So anyway, I guess that's everything. I hope you guys are having a safe and happy holiday. School started here again. I want to say the last week. I mean, that's the earliest it's ever started, I think. When Robert was in school, it started the first week of August, and only the freshmen went the first week of August. So, I don't know, it seems pretty early to me. Also, so my sister and I went to church yesterday, and we were remarking to each other, wow, it's really cool. It's not hot at all today. And she's like, yeah, it's not hot. And then we looked at the temperature, it was 109. But with it having been so hot, I don't know if that was the high or not. That's the temperature when we were looking at it. That's a drop of several degrees, so it feels cool at 109. Anyway, you guys have a great week, and happy stitching. Bye.